Hi there. So this is the number 2 video. You'll notice the new setup right now. It's got a title of the channel down below, and it's got my sponsor just up above from Flawless Victory. It's one of our local game stores. I highly recommend checking it out if you are one of the local people watching this video. Pretty sure you know which store I'm talking about. It also has an awesome website. That's enough of my sales pitch. uh, Profile number 2 is my upgraded Cherubimon deck. I went back and I touched this up. There were things I kind of liked about the old version, but I figured was lacking. Saw a really cool deck profile on the PPG website, and I wanted to make it my way. It still needs one big touch up, and I'll talk about that when I get to that card. It's literally the last card in the deck. But let's just get into it. So I run 4 of the BT3 yellow Upamon. When attacking, if I have 3 or fewer security cards, draw 1. Really nice when I'm low on security, which I just expect it to happen in this deck because it is kind of a slow build deck. I run 3 BT4 Bushiagumons. It's got Rush. It's great when you play it out of the trash with Cherubimon's effect. It's also good to just have a yellow Digimon and Digivolve in your raising area. I run 3 Salamons with the effect that if you have 3 or fewer security cards on deletion, recover 1. Now you'll notice one of these is not like the others. It's just an alternate art I got from the Tamer packs from Petty Party. I like the art. I wish I had more of the art. I don't, but I also don't have one of the regular one. So it just worked out that way. 3 Pokemons. Lets me look at the top 5 cards in my deck. I can add 1 Tamer and 1 Hybrid to my hand. And then whenever I Digivolve a Tamer once per turn, I gain 2 memory. 2 Cutemons. This stops my opponent from reducing Digivolution costs. It's pretty nice for yellow. It's great for the mirror match. And it's really, really good against green. Stops the JP setup going down. Last one is I run 1 Lucamon. This will get me my recovery option. I do not run Chaos mode in this deck. I just run 1 of those Lucamons. Uh, from this point on, they're pretty much champion. Uh, they're pretty much hybrids at this point, unless they're kind of like little tech cards. So for my champions, I run 4 Loemons. This is the purple Lobomon of the deck. I can just Digivolve it over a Tamer for a 2 cost. And then there's this one with a bunch of effects. This is Kaiser Leomon. So you can Digivolve over a rookie for 3 or a champion for 1. I don't really want to use that effect too much for the Digivolve for 1. I can Digivolve it over a Tamer for a cost of 2. And that's the main focus. If it has Hybrid or Koichi in its Digivolution cards, it gains Retaliation. This is great for taking care of big guys that are suspended on your opponent's side that you might not want to deal with on their next turn. So you just swing with the Retaliation, and you got it. And remember, this gains Retaliation. You can Digivolve into something else and swing into their big Digimon and get other effects off, not just Retaliation. For my ultimates, I only run 4 Raihimons. It can Digivolve for a cost of 1 as long as in the Digivolution sources there is a Tamer. Now it's a reduction thing. So if they have something to stop reduction like Cutemon, kind of sucks, hurts. You got to pay the full 3. On deletion, if there's a hybrid in the traits of this Digimon's Digivolution cards, you can play a purple Tamer from your trash without paying its memory cost. So if you went Tamer, Kaiser, Raihi, you have a Retaliator for 7k that can bring back the Tamer that you used underneath here, or a different one, depending on your situation. And it does specify purple, so just keep that in mind, because there are some non-purple Tamers in this deck too. and then one Rebellionmon. This is just to get a blocker with retaliation. I really want to push that retaliation thing as much as I can. And if I have enough memory after I've done this, and I can still Digivolve, I will Digivolve into the Cherubimon. He's got two great things going on. First one, when Digivolving, I can play a purple Tamer card from my trash without paying cost. For each Tamer in play, not color reliant here, I can delete one of my opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. This is great for stopping Champion Rush or Rookie Rush. And then just getting rid of like a wide board that they think they have. On deletion, for every Tamer in play, I have in play, I can play a level 3 Digimon card from my trash without paying its cost. So what I want to do is load up my trash with rookies as quick as possible so that when Cherubimon dies, and I will force it if I have to with other cards that you may have seen in the last video, I'll still get that awesome effect, and I can swarm the board and maybe even go for game depending on how it goes down. My last Digimon in this deck is kind of a tech card I put in to go with Bushiagumon, Bastamon. It's a 4-cost and Digivolve. It can go over yellow or purple. Not that that really matters in this deck. When Digivolving, we both lose the top card of our security stacks. Then I can play a purple or yellow Digimon card at level 4 or lower. I will aim generally for Bushiagumon, so I have that rush that I can swing again. And that might be the difference of winning the game or not. On to my Tamers. There's a lot of Tamers in this deck because it is a necessary thing for it. I run 4 Koichis. It's got the effect. On play, draw 1, trash 1. And then on deletion, when it's part of a Digimon, gain a memory. I run 3 of the BT4 Kairis. When a card's removed from my security stack, I can suspend this to gain a memory. So I could get my turn back right away. I could severely limit their options. I don't run 4 because what ended up happening when I was trying to run 4, I would always get hand clogs and it bugged me to no end. So I just cut it down to 3. Much happier now. 2 Matashitas. This is a memory tamer that puts me up to 3 and then also returns a purple option or purple Digimon back to my hand, depending on the situation I'm dealing with. It's usually going to be used to get me my hybrids back. 2 Analog Youth lets me look at the top 3 cards in my deck. Hopefully, I get to put a purple tamer in my trash for Cherubimon's effect to go off, and I get to add a Digimon. And then I will lose Cherubimon. I can guarantee it. When Cherubimon is deleted, he'll usually have sources underneath him. And then I can just tap both of these, gain 2 memory, hatch a new egg, if the situation arises for the new egg. My last 2 tamers is 2 TK and Kairis. If I have less security than they do, because it's a slower deck, I expect it to happen, I can gain 2 more memory on top of the 3 that Matt would give me, so I could go up to potentially 7 memory. And then when I swing with a yellow Digimon, suspend this to do minus 1k on one of their Digimon for the turn. I don't see me using that too much, unless it's to get rid of a floodgate or the difference to swing over something when I'm not using Cherubimon to swing. That's all my tamers. It's a lot of them. Probably more than my purple hybrid. We'll see. That's not purple hybrid, yellow hybrid. That's next. Option cards. I run 2 Schwartz Lersats. For every Digimon with hybrid and every tamer in play, I can delete one of my opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. Great for just a full board wipe. This I'm going to pull up to 3 because, again, there is a card I really, really, really want to remove because it's just not doing its job. 2 Calling from Darkness. I can delete Digimon, return up to 2 cards back to my hand as long as they're purple Digimon cards. I would like to generally bring back a champion and Raihimon so that I can continue the loop over and over again if memory suffices. Reinforcing memory boost. Look at the top 2 cards in my deck. One goes on top of my security pile, the other comes to my hand, and then later on, because it'll be down here with my Tamers, I can pop it to gain 3 memory. Really cool effect. It'll be great when I'm ready to go for game. And this is the card that I'm like, I kind of want to switch this back to a purple option. Blinding Ray. Trash top card of your security, then gain 2 memory. What ends up happening every time I have this in my hand, they have a memory blocker. Almost guaranteed. And as much as I want to wait for the opportunity to happen, I usually need that 2 memory in the next turn or two to put up some kind of defensive front and not get swept. But that is the 2.0 Cherubimon deck. Added a lot more yellow cards. I feel a lot more confident with it. And those TK and Kairis really do help a lot. Enjoy the video. There's one more to come. It'll be coming soon. Till next time.